So this will be the last part of this hero landing tutorial. In this we will create this shockwave, which is this one. If I go to this import time, this shockwave, which is like this one. So for this, just create again, just disable all these crack values, create geometry, we will start with this sphere, just use polygon, and this is 3, depending upon how big you want the impact size. If on small, you can use small value. Then transform, this to almost 1 like this. Then we need to add normal. Okay, 2 points, or maybe you can use first add normal, then transform this. It's up to you, however you want. Then we need to add velocities, so just use point warp. Okay, in here we can generate point velocities. So we are going to use these normals for generating point velocities. So let's just use add function. Then we need kernel noise. Okay, so this is, we want position, and can go for velocity. So to look for velocities, see here, these are the like velocity value. These are very low. We can like multiply this by 5. See, we can use frequency to we can use like roughness, how rough you want. For me this is enough. And if you want to like moving, so we can use this frame to like offset. It will change this, and we can like I want to like decrease this y component of this velocity. So if we go to vector to float, then again float to vector, it will split the component of velocity field, which is xyz into xyz. I want x and z to be same, but y component I want to lower this. See, now these are like flat, but I want to add little bit value, so let me just use multiply. Okay, so this here to here, and just promote this value, just middle mouse this value, promote, it will add this component. So if you go outside, this is we can like increase or decrease if you want like upper or lower. So I'm just using, I think 0.3, 0.4 is enough. So now it has some velocity values. If you can look here, this velocity. Now we will generate particles. So use pop network. Come here, this one, on this one. Turn off. You can see that this is going like this. So I know my impact point is, which is 10th frame. So we will only emit at 10 frames. So if we go to source, birth, I'm going to use this impulse count. So dollar FF equal to, I think 9. So it will activate only for 9th frame, and let me just use some values. Let me just use 10,000. You can increase or decrease this. So if I go, see, and I want very low values like 2 or 0.5. I think 2 will be more than enough. Yeah, it is more. So just go for 1. Okay. Now we need this pop drag function. Pop drag to lower these values. See, velocity is enough, but not enough for our impact. So let me just go here, go to this attribute and just inherit more velocity. You can always use this add to inherit. It will add little more variation. See, now it's going like this. Then we can use pop force, which will be just use 10 times. Just use 3, bigger swirl size. I think birth life is still too high. Okay, so let me just add one more thing. Pop axis force, and we just use radius 3, which is almost like this one, and just use -50. We can use a little bit like, and this one like 1 or 2, like this. And we want more turbulence. Just varying this life. Okay, I think 0.3 is will be good. So So it will be very fast because we will use little bit higher sub-steps like 4x4. See, now it will. Okay, if you want more speed we can always increase this more, but for this it is enough, and it is going down, so we are going to use this collision object, which is this one. Just disable this and come here, and this is importing everything. Let me just use pop object, which is this one. So like this. So impact size is enough, which is like this much high, but I think it's going up too much. So if we go to pop, I think I have forget to add gravity. Yes, so let's just add gravity. That's why it's going up too much. So now it will not go that much high. Yes. See. Now it's okay. We can increase this or decrease this. So for this I am using like I think 10,000. For I think final I use like 50,000, something like that, or maybe more. Okay, then come to this again. We need to create smoke for this. For this I am using again Pyro source. Source smoke, again no temperature. Again we will control this value from inside of DOP network. Rasterize, volume, rasterize. Again we need to density, and we need to use V. So let me just check. Okay, this is 0.1, then just use null object. Out, then use DOP network. Go for again smoke solver. Smoke object. You can copy that smoke solver from here, which is from smoke simulation. So this is again I'm going to use 40 by 20 by 40. This will be 10. Close boundaries X. And come to this one. Volume. Connect the last one. Geometry out. Use source fuel, then source smoke. Density for temperature, I'm using density. Velocity, everything okay. We need 1 buoyancy, cooling rate little bit higher, and we need gravity, we need gas resize, then I'm going to use 10 by 10 by 10 by 10 by 10 by 10. Okay, we need gas turbulence, for this I'm using bigger value 1, and then we need to use dissipate, again I'm using temperature as this field, again 0.99, and I think everything is enough, so just copy this parameter, paste relative reference, okay, now we look at this. Ooh. And we need like more velocity, I think 4 is enough for this, and I think let me just use 1. For this you need to increase the substep for this one, because it will be fast moving particles, so smaller substeps will not give you results accurate, so you need to increase these substeps. Okay, and for this smoke, and we don't want to rise that much, so we can always increase this cooling rate, and I think looks subtraction, let me just increase a little bit further. You can always just go for 10 value. I think domain will be a little bit smaller for this, we need to increase the domain size, but for this tutorial purpose I am using only 40 by 40, so just import, just use this one, go for dock smoke object, and we need smoke, and we don't need this we need this one. Okay, so now we will see. See, these are like blobby area, these are because of large values, particle size values. We can always lower this. And this is because one of the reason is because of expanding gas. See. Okay, if you want more detail, increase all the values, sorry, decrease this value, and for this expansion I think this will come here. If lower this value, it will definitely decrease these values, but I think we don't need anything else. Okay, so this is the setup. So let me just load my cache so that you can see. I used like 0.05 value, same settings. Okay, so now you can see this is same values. After some time it will dissipate. Okay, so this is your like shockwave simulation. So if you combine all these like crack, smoke, shockwave, this is extended, this is a covering area. I think instance this one, it will give you like little bit more detailed simulation for all these. And I'm using materials for different material network is this one. This one is for ground, which is my ground area. Then all these are for interior, exterior kind of elements. So if I just show you, just show my camera angle. I'm using V-Ray for this, and just for current frame, and I'm using denoiser, so it will fast render out a little bit. And let me just load this frame. This is 960 by 540. So let me just turn off every element one by one so that you can see. Okay, so just for this one, it will take little bit time, but it will render out. It will show you the result. For lighting, I am using simple HDRI and a direct light source, and for the character I am using simple materials. This character is basically from mixamo.com. It is simply just jumping down animation. If you can search there, you will find jumping down animation of a character. It will show you something like that animation, and I just animated from up to down, so it will look like it's jumping to or landing to ground. These are the all setups I am using. For lighting, I am using simple line and animating it. It's not very complicated. If you look in my previous lighting tutorial, it's somewhat same. It's not very different, somewhat same, just only for line. So I hope you will learn something, because these tutorials take longer time to make and render. The longest time take render, because every frame for me this took like around 15 to 20 minutes. Some frames cost me like 40 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes, but some are faster. So I just go here and I think I have turned off all my light, that's why it's not showing. Yes, that's why we are waiting for this. Okay, now you know. And I think I have used depth of field also here. No. Okay, now you can see this is my render. Let's go to camera, clock. Okay, now you can see this is like my camera angle. This is only a debris part. This on this bottom I'm using grid, simple grid and dust element texture. Then if I go to, for instance, it will just populate. Okay, so now you can see all the smaller fragments. Then if I populate for smoke, see, now this is smoke. I'm using denoiser, it will clear out in some time. See, then I'm using shockwave, which is the outer ring of this smoke simulation. See, shockwave is actually quite big. It does not come in this. So if I zoom out a little bit, you can see this is quite big area. Okay, and if I turn on my lightning, I think frame, just stop here. I think if I go to frame 13, 14 or something like that, then that's the good frame for looking lightning. See, this lightning and all this. And for this lightning I am using main light source, this, and all these lights will be turned off, this one and this one, so that only this lightning element will create these parts. See, so if I leave it for some time, it will clear out. So this is all my process. I hope you have learned it, and if you like these kind of tutorials, you can comment and share on this channel. And if you make something like this, just tag me to my Instagram handle. I will look into it. And thank you for enjoying these tutorials.